From the gridiron to the airwaves, it's time for the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. Martin is a national championship fullback from the 1992 Alabama Crimson Tide, known for his bruising runs and devastating blocks. Now he's bulldozing through sports talk with that same championship intensity. Joining him is his son, Xavier, a savant of football knowledge and statistical insight. He's your go-to source for the latest recruiting news and insider updates from across the Bama Nation. And Simeon, the thinker and contemplator, bringing you insight and knowledge that is logical, thoughtful, and on point. Together, they deliver fair and balanced analysis from an insider's perspective with real conversations where the callers, the listeners, and the online maniacs get in on the action by sharing their thoughts, their comment, and their reaction. Join our online maniacs at facebook.com/The Martin Houston Show. You're listening to Tide 100.9 and 1230 WTBC. It's time for kickoff. So buckle up and get ready, because this is the sound of Bama sports. The Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon is live. Roll, Tide, roll!
Good morning. Welcome into the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon on this Tuesday edition. Man, we've got a lot to get into. We'll continue the conversation from yesterday, talking about spring ball, talking about Alabama upgrade at some of the positions that they got through the transfer portal, as well as how do you feel about this Alabama team heading out of fall practice? Bama's got a lot to prove, still a lot of noise around how the season ended. Man, we got Indiana fans talking noise to us. And you know what? They got the right. They beat us by 35. So Bama's still got a lot to prove going into the 2026 season. We'll get into that. We'll talk about another transfer portal departure from Alabama on the basketball court. We'll talk about a new addition on the basketball court as we continue breaking down Nate Oates as he's rebuilding his team for the 2026-27 season. There's another draft entry. Is this situation like LeBaron Filons last year, or is he going to have to add another scorer to the list as well? But a lot to get into. I'm Xavier. That Simeon Martin is out on assignment. There is no DC today. But, man, we've got a lot to get into. Sam?
Yeah, before we get started, I just want to say this real quick. This is a day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Take some time today to notice someone, serve someone, or love someone. Be the difference you want to see in the world. Now, X, do you want to get started talking about the departure or the addition? Let's start with the good news or the bad news.
Well, real quick,
or
before
you
we start,
take it,
Pat
take
had
it wherever.
we remember you can join us on the hotline at 205-342-9904, and we've already got somebody wanting to call in.
Perfect.
And get in on the conversation. That is Pat. Pat's joining us first thing. How you doing this morning, Pat?
Good morning, guys. Man, hope your dad's okay, not sick. Just out actually on assignment, and
He is.
But okay, great. And where is Ty going? We're getting close, guys. And is the Ty going to go in the first round? They got a bunch of talking heads out there now saying he's going to slip to the second. Oh my goodness, he's got it. But hey, they usually don't give you a call and invite you in if you ain't going in that first round. What do y'all think?
So there are two teams that have been tied heavily to Ty that really love them, and that is the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Jets. The Cardinals currently only have one first-round pick. They're the number 3 team. So do they draft Ty at number 3? Do they trade back into the first round, get him on the back end. That's a possibility. The Jets have 2 first-round picks. They have the number 2 pick. They have the number 16 pick. Of the 2 teams, that seems more likely that they would potentially grab him at their number 16 pick, potentially trade down, get some more picks, still take them at the back end of the first round. But there are also reports kind of hinting out at that the Pittsburgh Steelers like Ty enough to potentially take him at 21. That's kind of started floating around the last couple days. So I don't think he gets out of the first round. I think he goes anywhere from 16 to the back end of the first round if Arizona trades back in.
Well, hey, and I've also been reading that Pittsburgh's talking about trading up to 15 in order to make sure they get him at 15. Well, because
That's a
they've got a whole
possibility.
lot of picks down.
Yeah, I haven't heard if they're willing to trade up, but I do believe if he does get past 16, that they will definitely grab him at 21. But who knows? They might trade up and take him in front of New York. But I as of right now, I would say he's going in the first round.
I got you. Hey, and as far as with y'all's conversation, I think we've upgraded quite a bit on defense. I think we've upgraded as far as offensive line goes. Definitely. I'm excited. I'm way more after everything was said and done, and after I watched the spring game. But I'm definitely more excited about this 2026 team than I was at the end of that beatdown that we got in January. What do y'all think?
I agree with you, Pat. I think Alabama has upgraded in almost every area. I think we're going to see improvement in all facets of the game, especially in the trenches. I think QB play will be different, but which will lead that to be better because they will expand the offense. But I think the running game will be also much improved as well with Daniel Hill, Kevin Riley, and company back there. I think it'll just be a lot better and a lot more all around better offense. The defense really, the DBs didn't need much help, but they're going to be better as well because they got another year of experience under the belt.
And a better front seven.
Yep.
A better front seven. So anyway, hey, things are going to be great.
Hey, Pat.
And hey, yes, sir.
Samuel Pittner is asking, have you found your pup?
No, sir.
Mm-hmm.
That I've upgraded the reward to $500, and I'm not getting that. And it dried up. That was within the first week or so. There was 4 dogs that looked very, very similar to Otis. I'm talking about a couple of them that, I mean, people just claimed it was their dog, and but he's got so much for taking care of him that he's blind and deaf. Poor baby. But a lady from the university swore she saw him get picked up within a block of my house. That he went missing Saturday afternoon and Sunday before right after church. Swore he got picked up by somebody in a silver Toyota. And goodness gracious. But hey, you don't have closure on your baby. You had him for 17 years, and he could have just, gone off to die because a lot of dogs will leave and their masters in order to where it's not bad on them. to pass away. And so who knows? Only the Lord knows. So, hey, you guys have a blessed day and appreciate y'all asking. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Pat. You have a good one as well. Sam, your thoughts on Ty? Where do you think he goes? Does he make it into the first round? Does he slip out? What's your consensus on it?
I would always tend to believe that guys that get invited to the green room are
Mm-hmm.
first round locks, but that's not always the case. And it gets real lonely in that green room after the first 15 picks. Because all the first round picks don't go, so it gets real lonely. And I think Ty's probably going to be picked. I don't see the Cardinals using the what'd you say sixth? No, the Jets using the sixth pick, and the Cardinals using the third pick on him. And so I say it's going to be towards the later half, maybe in the 20s, if he gets drafted in the first round. I just know that the Jets and the Cardinals have like the first or second pick in the second round.
Yeah.
And so
Jets at 16, Pittsburgh at 21, and then after that, you're looking for a trade back in.
Yeah. And so having to pay them a certain amount of money when you can get them one pick later or a couple picks later when nobody else is going to pick them.
But you lose that fifth year.
Yeah, it all depends on what they want. I could see him going in the first round, but I wouldn't be shocked if he's that first or second pick of the second round.
It's a 50-50 split for me at this point. I just, teams like him. You hear two teams that got picks later on like him. But if he gets past 21, it becomes a guessing game. And that's what it seems like. So,
yeah,
you know what? I want him to go to New York and be the next Joe Namath.
I think they might need to get a new front office for that to happen. No, but I mean, there's been some execs that have been talking about him real bad, but I don't know if that is to die down his stock so they can pick him, because they'll talk bad about you just because they want to get you. So I don't know. Who knows?
All right. Hey, we're going to go ahead and get the break. When we come back on the other side, we'll jump into the Nate Oates conversation, what he's doing with his roster, the new addition, the exit, and the potential draft entry who has maintained his eligibility. This is the Martin Heath Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. We'll be back on the other side.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you on your Tuesday morning ride. Moving along, we've got Lurleen Wallace smooth between 15th and McFarland. Moving on 2059, also wide open. No problem to report here from 359 to Joe Malisham. Skyland Boulevard. Now we do have a bit of a slow up here on the eastbound lanes at McFarland. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
This report is sponsored by Think It Up. Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Hi, this is Gene Poole. And I'm John Poole of Hudson Poole Fine Jewelers. Shopping local means when your ring needs sizing, you bring it to us.
Shopping local means appraisals done right here in Tuscaloosa.
Shopping local means giving new life to jewelry you no longer wear.
Shopping local means supporting local schools and charities.
Shopping local means a relationship. Shop Hudson Pool Fine Jewelers, downtown Tuscaloosa.
Got timberland in West Alabama or East Mississippi? North River Timber Company has you covered. Since 2011, Courtney White, a registered forester, along with his expert team, have been managing timberland and harvesting timber across 4 West Alabama counties. They offer comprehensive timber management plans, reforestation services, and appraisals. Courtney White says timber is like money in the bank. Don't let your investment go unrealized. Call North River Timber Company today. Email them at northrivertimberco@gmail.com or call 205-242-5127.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a cybersecurity engineer at a publicly traded company.
We've been hacked! They're through our firewall!
How is that even possible?
They got my password.
Please don't tell me your password was password.
It's actually password 1.
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Hey, I'm Martin Houston, and I want to tell you about exciting news happening at Box Eye Care. They've moved to their new location, bringing you a brand new lab, stylish new frames, and a fresh look just for you. Enjoy their expanded frame inventory, competitive prices, and faster service, all with the same great level of service you've come to know and trust. Discover this full-service eye care at Box Eye Care's new location. With their in-house lab, they offer unbeatable value and one of the largest frame collections in town. Schedule your eye exam today and walk out with new glasses in less than an hour in most cases. Visit boxeyecare.com. That's boxeyecare.com or call 205-342-0660. That's 205-342-0660. Visit them at 5003 Oscar Baxter Drive. That's Box Eye Care. Your vision, our priority.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
Mostly sunny and warmer today. The high in the low 80s, around 82. Clear tonight, the low 58. We stay dry tomorrow and Thursday. The sky partly to mostly sunny both days. Afternoon highs between 82 and 85. I'm James Spann with the Alabama Weather Network on Tide 100.9. It's 51 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Welcome back to the Martin Houston Show, the sound of Bama sports. Your show, your team, on your home for Alabama sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon as we get ready to kick off the second quarter. And Pops is able to join us. What's up, Pops? How you doing this morning?
Doing well. Good morning, guys. Was able to listen in that first segment and probably have to jump off here at the end of this one, but I just wanted to jump in. I heard that the Tide conversation is interesting. If Tide doesn't go in the first round, when was the last time one quarterback went in the first round? I don't think that's ever happened. The NFL is an overreach league. When you think about some of the quarterbacks that we've seen taken in the top 15, and I just don't see every as hard as it is to find quality quarterbacks. And the truth of the matter is, those teams who are picking at the end, are they going to be better having a backup quarterback that they could train and get ready to play, or getting some rookie that may or may not make the team as a whole anyway, and they're already competing for championships? So I think you could see somebody take him knowing, even though he's a first-round pick, sort of like the Green Bay Packers have taken Aaron Rodgers and Love, the last two quarterbacks they've drafted.
So you're actually gonna be surprised. It hasn't been that long since only one quarterback was taken in the first round.
Really? Who is it?
The Pittsburgh Steelers when they drafted Kenny Pickett.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And then before that, E.J. Manuel when he went to Buffalo.
Wow. I'm surprised by that because but as of now, to get to the point, the quarterbacks coming out, how many of them are making it? They're making it, but they're making it like Sam Donaldson, where he had a chance to grow. And I think that you may see that happen.
Yeah.
Baker.
So, anyway, I just want to say that,
Yeah, jumping onto the basketball court, we've got Alabama men's basketball team having an interesting Sunday, Monday. Davion Hanna, true freshman this past year, played in 10 games, dealt with some injuries, missed the majority of the season. He has entered the portal. He's a guard, kind of somebody you are hoping that Alabama was able to hold on to, but he's going to enter the portal, look to continue his career elsewhere. Can't say it's a big loss because you don't know what you really have in him yet because of how limited he was this year. But then you have Drew Felder, the 6'11" big man from Boise State, who he started his career at Georgetown. He commits to Bama yesterday. 6'11", averaged 14 points a game, and shot 41% from three. So he's a big man that can shoot it. What is his presence like down low? That's going to be a question for Bama fans. It's actually a question for Jacob Powell. He said, have we heard anything about Oates going after a down low beast? I see the 3-point shooter that he added from Boise. So that's a big question. Simeon, give us your thoughts on losing Hannah but gaining Felder.
I think it just proves the need for at least a guard or two to come back to Alabama, because we still don't know what's going on with Holloway, which the way that I feel like they're recruiting, I feel like they think they're getting Holloway back. But with Hannah leaving, it's a guy that played well at the beginning of the season but didn't get to see much, so it's not surprising that he entered the transfer portal. But for Drew Felder, I think it is a huge get for Alabama. I think it's that Grant Nelson 6'11" 4 spot that NATO's system loves. And so I don't think he's a 5, even though he's listed as a center. I don't think he'll play the 5, especially in the SEC. But I think it's a great get for Alabama. Shooting over 40% from 3 is amazing. I don't mean, the only person who shot close to that this year was Holloway. So if we have another couple shooters like that on this team, I think Nate Oates is getting exactly what he wants. But they still need probably two guards at least at this point. But from what Nate Oates has said after the Michigan game, we have to get bigger. The shortest guy he's gotten to commit is 6'8". So if you take away Holloway, the shortest person on the team outside of Preston Murphy Jr. and Holloway is 6'5". So he did get a lot bigger.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see. And I like the Fielder pickup. Like you said, fits that Grant Nelson mold. He's 225, so he's a little bit thicker than what Nelson is. So I think that will help when we need him to bang down low. But hey, that's what I think they went after Davis Fleming and Garrison for the big body. And once again, you hope all the medical stuff works out with Collins O. And if it does, Bama's huge down low compared to what it's been, and athletic, not just big. Because Noah Williamson, 7 foot, 245, 250, not athletic. Aiden Sherrill, not 255, 260, not as athletic as any of these guys. So I think I like what he's doing. He's got a stretch big, but he got some bigs that he feels like can bang down low. Guard is the question. And guard is really the question now because Amari Allen has entered the draft. Now, we believe this is a LeBaron Philon situation because he's entered kind of late, right before the deadline to enter. He's been mocked first round, but you said it earlier, the highest he's been mocked is 22.
Yep.
But most of the mocks have been 28, 29, somewhere in that range. So do you believe this is a go see, go find out what I need to work on, what I need to improve on, kind of in the way that LeBaron Philon did last year, come back to Bama and improve my game?
Absolutely. I think, especially with, there was a moment during the season where Amari Allen, it was like he's gone for sure. Like
Yeah.
he was a top 15 pick without a doubt. And he had he hit the freshman wall and leveled out a little bit. But I think you have to go at least see, like, this is because he's planning on leaving next year. Same like Philon. What do I need to work on? Do I need to become more of a scorer? Because he only averaged 11 points a game. So if he can get maybe up to 18, 19, 20 points a game and still keep his other stats the way they are, and I think he'll be able to do that if he comes back to Alabama this year. I think he'll be top 10, top 15 lottery pick just like Philon did.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's for his sake. I hope he comes back for what he wants and what his goals are. I hope he goes and gets the direction he needs because I love this aspect of the NBA draft where a guy can go and they give him a window to find out what he needs to work on, what he needs to improve on. Hey, you know what? Unfortunately, he could go up there and wow everybody and shoot up the draft boards. That is a possibility.
It is.
But because he has an amazing skill set that once it all clicks, I think he can be a worst case number 2 option at the next level. But being able to go find out what you need to work on, being able to go learn and get an insight and come back is brilliant for the sport. I wish the NFL allowed you to do it. And you'd think they would allow the NFL to do it, seeing how their season ends in January. They have a month before the combine, month plus before the combine, and then it's 2 months before the draft. They have 3 months from the time they're forced to declare before they're drafted, and they only get a week. If you make it to the national championship now, they actually extend it for you. So,
no, I mean, I agree. It's smart. Being a late pick doesn't necessarily mean being predicted as a late pick doesn't necessarily mean that he's not still going to leave. Because it could be a good fit. Whoever those late couple picks are, could be just a really good fit for him. which are going to be one of the better teams in the league, the Spurs, the Thunder, or, one of those, some of those teams, the Nuggets or something like that. So those might be a good fit for him. But if you want a long-term, I guess, career earnings and stuff like that, then it probably would be better for him to at least come back. I'm glad he's not entering the portal while maintaining his college eligibility. So it's either NBA or Bama for him, and that's good.
Yeah, thank goodness that's the case. Because he's not a guy you want to see leave and then come back, and next thing you know, you're
yeah.
Oh no, so that is a good thing for Bama fans. Regardless of what he ends up doing and deciding, you wish the best for him. But as an Alabama fan, you wish the best for the program, man. That says, hey, come on back. Now, just to put a bow on this, because you brought this up, I don't want Bama banking on Aiden Holloway coming back. I don't want this coaching staff banking on him being able to come back, because the school's got to let him back in. And I don't know, regardless of what happens with the trial court, everything, if the school don't let him back in, it's a lost cause. So I hope we go after. Now, we've gone after some guards, and they've gone other places. I do like the incoming guys that we got. When you look at Cole Clower, when you look at Jackson Richardson, Bowie, Samuels, those are all guards. 6'5", 6'7" guards. So hopefully we'll see what Bama does there. Maybe he puts the ball in the hands of the young guys to run the offense. I've seen some stuff from Jackson Richardson that has me impressed. Now, can one of the guys run the show? Now, I think they can all score, but can they be the point, run the point, essentially? And maybe, Amari Allen comes back and he's kind of the floor general. Who knows? But we're going to get to break. When we come back on the other side, we'll move on to some football conversation. Got a lot to get into still with that. Let's keep it rolling. This is the Martin Houston Show. Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. We'll be back on the other side.
Tide 100.9 traffic.
Tuscaloosa traffic now from the Townsend Nissan Traffic Center. A very good morning to you on your Tuesday morning ride. Moving along, we've got Lurleen Wallace smooth between 15th and McFarland. Moving on 2059, also wide open. No problem to report here from 359 to Joe Malisham. Skyland Boulevard. Now we do have a bit of a slow up here on the eastbound lanes at McFarland. With your Tuscaloosa traffic now, Tammy Thomas.
Taco Casa, quality, taste, and value under the biggest cactus in town. They've been doing it the right way each and every day for 50 years and counting. If you're looking for a great option for lunch and or dinner, then you need to check out Taco Casa. Taco Casa, and while you're there, don't forget to get a big glass of that sweet tea. Visit them online at tacocasa.com. That's tacocasa.com. Quality, taste, and value on the biggest cactus in town. That's Taco Casa, tacocasa.com.
He's going for the big play, bends down, and oof, lower back just threw a flag on the field. When pain hits, everything stops. The game, the yard work, even getting off the couch. That's when you call in the starting lineup at DCH's Spine Care Center. Dr. Sproul, Dr. McCormick, and Dr. Thomason. They treat back pain, neck pain, arthritis, joint pain, and more. No referral? No problem. Search DCH Spine Care on Google. DCH's Spine Care Center. Get back in the game.
What does it mean to advertise and do your marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa? Melissa started her business in 2014. What would you say to someone considering Town Square Media Tuscaloosa?
My experience with Town Square Media has been awesome, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone. I think that this is the first time in my marketing experience that I've been able to see my return on investment. I would definitely say in the past that has not been the case. And this, I like knowing that that's 100%. A lot of the marketing we've done has been radio. You guys have so much more to offer than that, whether it's, websites from targeted marketing to radio. You are kind of a one-stop shop, and it makes doing marketing so much easier. So I would definitely recommend it.
For more info on marketing with Town Square Media Tuscaloosa, call 205-345-7200 or click on Advertise with Us on our website.
Hey, man, thanks for coming so fast. I couldn't get anyone else to pick up.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. I'm not complaining, though. Business is way up lately.
Wow, good for you. I've been trying to grow my accounting practice, but it's been pretty slow.
Yeah, I was in the same boat last year. What really helped me was checking out this site, mylocalcustomers.com.
Never heard of it.
Well, most people haven't. It gives you a look at how many people in town are searching for what you do, and it also provides a plan to help them actually find you.
Like online?
Exactly. It's eye-opening, and it only takes a couple minutes to get started.
Huh. Well, you fixed my sink. Maybe you just fixed my business, too.
Want to know how many people in your area are searching for your type of business? Start with a local customer analysis at mylocalcustomers.com. It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Go to mylocalcustomers.com today.
That's mylocalcustomers.com. Mylocalcustomers.com.
It's time for the Martin Houston Show. With the same hard-hitting, no-nonsense approach in which he played the game, Martin will take you inside the locker room, down on the field, and across the goal line with his in-depth analysis.
Welcome back into the Martin Houston Show with Martin, Xavier, and Simeon. We've got some football news to get into, some things to talk about. Bama has finished spring ball. It's over. Spring's done. Everything is in the woodshed until summer, focusing on school getting out next week, focusing on getting them grades right. Do you feel better, Simeon, after spring ball than you did after that butt whooping? The worst butt whooping Alabama has ever received in your 23, almost 24 years of life.
You can't help but feel better. You time heals all wounds. But no, seriously, I do feel better about this team. This team has gotten a lot bigger in the trenches, especially on the defensive line. I think that's might have been one of the biggest differences between Indiana and Alabama, in the sense of I didn't realize how small Alabama was up front on the defensive line. Not that Tim Keenan was small, but he just wasn't a very
Well, he had a unique build. He was 320 plus, but he was only 6'1", and didn't have long arms.
Right. And so I felt like if you were able to position yourselves against Alabama in the run game, which is, taking the first good step and, sealing them off, I felt like you were able to gash Alabama, which teams were able to do that all year, not just Indiana. Not just Indiana. And that's because Indiana's one is really well coached, and that's not a diss to say. Apparently that's a diss now to Indiana fans to say that they're well coached. But it's just good to see that the Terrence Greens of the world that kind of are taking that Tim Keenan spot are a lot longer and significantly taller. So that adds to the difficulty of trying to block them.
Yeah. And just real quick, what were your thoughts on that, the whole Bryant Haynes situation? Just your quick thoughts.
It was just weird because I saw his first little clap back at Ty, and I was like, that's weird. But then the fact that he like doubled back on it,
Yeah.
still kept going. That's the part that I don't know that got me. I was like, man, dude, it's really got him all bent out of shape. And then there was another coach that said something too from Indiana.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just you could. I'm not trying to be funny. You know, you'd be like, act like you've been there before. They haven't.
They haven't.
And you can tell.
Yeah.
And you can tell. And so I don't know. That was just really